All right, guys, welcome back to Kamisha Reviews. Of course, we have another treat. Now, I don't want to say your name incorrectly. I got it spelled correctly, but I don't want to say it wrong. So, can you please
Mhm.
pronounce your name?
Tasia. It's just Asia
Tasia.
with a T in front of it. Yeah.
Okay, listen, my name is Kamisha. It's really pronounced Kamisha, but you get to the point where you get tired of having to correct people, so you just kind of leave like it is. My
Oh, I
dad
never.
was really the only one to call me that. To be honest, my dad literally was the only one to call me that, but everybody else, including my mom, called me Kamisha. So,
Okay.
but that's why I was like, let me just make sure because
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, introduce me. They'd be like, no. So I always
Yeah.
like now I'm like, okay, let me double check. Okay.
Trust me. No one. I think no one ever gets my wrong. I'm Tasia. It's
See?
a million things. Now people are gonna start calling me Tamira. So
Feel you.
yeah.
I
Now I'm
know
just gonna
they
accept
are.
my answer.
They are, and it's all good. It's all good. That's why I made sure your whole name was there, so they understand that you were doing the whole. So
Yeah.
speaking of that, what made you? Well, first of all, let me say I'm so sorry. I'm so rude. Welcome to my house. This is my crib. This is my channel. Thank you again for taking your time out. I always value everyone's time, so I always start out by saying thank you for giving me some of yours today.
Yeah. Thank you for asking me to be here. I appreciate
Yes,
it.
yes, yes. What made you get into the circle? The show came out during the pandemic in the beginning, and it kind of got like everyone went crazy over it. So now it's like a thing, but it's still fairly new. So, what
Yeah.
made you get into the circle?
You know what? I really enjoyed season one and season
Mm.
two. And one day I literally was like, yo, I'm going to get on the circle. I
Oh
swear to
wow.
God, I literally just started manifesting it.
Mm.
And I applied. And next thing you know, they were like, oh my God, we love your energy. We love this. We want you to do this. And I was like, yes, manifestation.
Okay. Okay. So that's literally all that it took. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really woke up one day and was like, yo, I think I can really play this game. I really think that I know how to be likable to people. And I'm pretty sure I can be pretty popular. I think that some of my personality skills have been very helpful in the past.
Mm.
And so that's basically what I wanted to do. I wanted to use my personality behind a catfish profile to go ahead and try to win everybody over.
So speaking of that, because you do have a great personality and you do pop, like honestly. So why didn't you come in as you, boo? I have to ask that. Why?
Everybody says that. So I think that at the time, and honestly, still to this day, if somebody asked me right now, would you come in again? And would you come in now? Would you come in as yourself? I would probably come in as a man the next time. I don't
Mm,
know why. But I think that
interesting.
at the time, I really was at this point where I was like, you know what? A lot of the women that I see on social media are have a lot of makeup.
Mm-hmm.
They have like their tits out, they have their ass
Yep.
out. It's really, it's really, and that was something that I
Yes.
wasn't really doing. That wasn't something I was doing. Prior to this, I think some articles were saying that I was a content creator. I was off of social media for like 2 years because of the BLM movement.
Oh,
Um, yeah,
wow.
it was becoming too much to just continuously watch Black people die unarmed.
Hmm.
People, it was a lot for me. So I was off of social media for two
Mhm.
years.
Were you a part of the movement or just seeing that
Absolutely.
every?
I was protesting. I was out there in the streets. Me and
Mm,
my ex girlfriend were out there. I took my dog to some protests. I was donating. I was doing anything I could. But I think that just being on social media, I was watching a lot of the people who I went to high school with, a lot of people I was in the military with, not saying anything.
mm,
And I'm like, does it have to be somebody that you know for you to care?
mm.
Because that shouldn't be the case.
That is
Um,
good. Hmm.
and it turned me off to a lot of my friends, a lot of just social media in general. Um, and so I wasn't somebody who was taking a lot of pictures or was going out a lot or doing things like that. I was more reserved and had a more private life. So I think that it was better for me to go ahead and use a catfish profile, somebody who's out there, makeup, tits out, beautiful, has all, what I'm saying, has everything that
That
everybody
makes
wants to
sense.
see on Instagram or on
Yes,
media. That was a better play for me, in my opinion.
that actually makes a lot of sense. Now, I just want to go back real quick because I'm like, I feel like I'm very fight the power in this blogging world because I'm a black woman and I'm not like long hair, not atypical. I love to look different. So for me, I'm be fighting. I fight a lot and I speak out a lot for cast members, especially of color. It's important to me that I shout you guys out and give you the opportunity to speak because become reality TV for a long time. I'm sure when I say this, there wasn't a whole lot of us. It'd be one person, they'd be voted out the first week. This is any reality show I was doing. So I love seeing this change in the past few years to the cookout, Big Brother, all these things, and the
Yes.
circle and the diversity. It's everything to me.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask one more question about this. You got this sparked me a little bit now. With the movement. anything that was going on, did you lose people in your life because you were part of the movement? I've heard people saying that people kind of backed away from them because it was too much, or maybe they didn't feel the same way, or I don't know.
Absolutely. I went to predominantly white schools. So a lot of my
Same.
friends that I grew up with were white. I
Mm,
went to school in Upland, California. So, I mean, all the way on 24th Street.
okay.
I was the only Black person at my
Mm-hmm.
school. Um, and a lot of my friends, we just couldn't agree. A
Mm,
lot of people were just making excuses as to why people were dying innocently. And it was so frustrating to me that I was like, you know what? We can't agree to disagree. But at this point, we don't have the same morals and values, and that's just unfortunately where the friendship would
it
end.
is. It
Yeah,
is.
it's unfortunate, but I wish everybody well. I hope that they're doing
Mhm.
great.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely had to kind of cut ties. Even people that I was in the military with, Black people that I was in the military with,
Hmm.
they
I'm a
chose.
military brat, right? I'm a military brat.
And I was in the military. I was in the military. I got out as an E4.
Okay,
Um,
wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I was a brat.
but
My dad was
the
a Air
military
Force.
started to push through and really like police the cities. I mean, to the point where they were standing outside of my sister's apartment and wouldn't let her get outside.
Oh my God.
And that was something that was like, I can't stand for that.
Yeah.
That's not right. It's just not right.
Hmm. Yeah, you have like a journey. You really should put this I always say put something in digital or in a book or talk about it because you have a experience. This side of you. This is why I do this.
Yeah.
This is interesting to me that you have this whole side in the military because I grew up in the military. It's a different life. Not everybody knows. I wasn't actually in the military, but my dad was. So
Right.
my childhood was moving around and seeing
Hmm.
people in green suits and flags
Yes.
everywhere.
Yeah. I
I'm
know
just
you heard
being
those
honest.
cadences. I know you heard
Yeah.
those cadences.
So he was the Air Force. So I mean, I had a good life growing up because of it.
Yes.
But because of that, I grew up in schools that were predominantly white as well, and I was usually the minority or whatever. So I mean, I get it. I mean, people don't understand it. I lived that life, and so I 100% get. When you get older, you personalities, some friendships are fractured, all these kind of things. So, speaking of that, when you got into the circle, did that affect your life in a negative or positive way? Because depending on a person, if you get to reality TV, some people act like you're acting funny when you're not because you're on screen. People do kind of change, and that's just reality of what life is. Did you
Yeah.
have any negative experiences or positive experiences once you got into the circle, or if they knew you were going on there? We'll start there.
No, I don't think. I think that I'm just now getting like, mean messages, and I'm like,
Mm,
your girl made it. Like once you
period.
start coming for me, I'm like, I made it. So now I think that I
100%.
am. Yeah. Oh, for sure. But I have gotten so much love, so much support from
Mm.
friends, family. Oh my gosh! Honestly, the love overpowers any of the negative feedback that I get. So yeah, I love that more than anything.
Period. I love it. Yo, there's a lot of love on this cast. I'm telling you. You can tell on screen. You can it resonates with everybody. So
Yes.
I want to ask you about my girl Raven and the Marvel situation. When I say you handled like a G, you did. Period. Okay. So how did you feel being in that? Because it is like your stilo, like you have like just I mean, we all have drama, but you know what I'm saying? Like that was like some drama, even though y'all couldn't see each other in there. I was like, this is like soap opera. So have you had anything like that happen in real life? And just give me your feelings about that all.
Okay. Definitely, definitely. So one thing I will say is, I'm a lesbian through and through. You know what I mean? So it was
Mhm.
easy for me to just be like, oh, Marvin, I
Okay.
don't care. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't
Gotcha.
matter. I just needed your alliance. But in real life, no. In real life, I've never been in a throuple situation. I've never
Okay.
been in a situation where somebody's lying to me or doing anything behind my back.
Right.
I've actually been in pretty long lasting relationships.
Okay.
This is actually the first time I've been single, and I've been single for a year. So
Oh wow. Yeah, you
maybe
just told us this one on
now,
the show. Hmm.
yeah, yeah, we broke up after I got out the show.
Okay. Wow.
But maybe now, you never know what kind of interesting dating scenes I'll get into this at this point. So
True, true, true. Because they're gonna be like, oh, she on TV. DMs popping. Don't tell me it's not. Some baddies, I'm sure, are in the DMs already. Period. But be
Kamisha,
careful. Be
Kamisha, you were one
careful.
of them. You were one of them, girl.
Me, I'm an old baddie, but still a baddie. But I'm just saying, I'm gonna be real. But hey, I still pull some young people. Don't get it twisted. So, So you're talking about the drama with Marvin and Raven and all that going on. Like I said, you did handle like a G. I know you didn't care about it, but I know it wasn't expected for that to happen. I could just tell by your reaction, like, damn. I mean, even though you were playing that role,
Yeah.
still you weren't expecting it, correct?
Absolutely not. I did not know at all that Marvin was had any affiliation with anyone. I thought I was coming in swindling him. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I'm gonna have him
Right.
just right on my finger. That's my man. My man. That's my man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stick beside
Mm-hmm.
him. But in reality, that's not what happened. So he
Right.
did end up playing us. But I will say, at the end of the day, I'm surprised nobody's noticed this. This is one of the first seasons where the girls actually stuck together. We ended up I know a lot of people were upset that Raven kicked Marvin out, but I mean, in the end, she kept the girl gang, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that was more valuable than anything. I even
I
said this
agree.
on camera. In real life, some girls will throw away their friendships for a man, and
Period.
Raven chose. Hey, Raven chose. Raven said, "I'm a girl's girl," and that was good. That really touched my heart.
No, no, no. That you're right about that because like a lot of us bloggers who go crazy with Big Brother, we get upset because the women alliances never last longer than like a week or two, and it breaks up either because a dude in the house they like or some stupid catty stuff. That's why I say you guys handle things like a G. Love Raven. I love the way I handled it. It was everything. Y'all was like women
Yes,
united. Let's go empowerment. I loved it.
loved it
Period.
too.
I think it should go that way to other shows, but we'll leave that there. All right. So you are a person of color. You're a woman that's a part of the community, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Do you feel like now, maybe not before, that a lot is expected from you? Like you may have, some stuff on your shoulder because you're doing that's a lot to toggle.
Yeah. I think that being a black lesbian,
Mm,
first of all, being black in general, right? We all have burdens to carry,
yes.
right? Let's be real.
Hmm.
Being a lesbian on top of that, now I have double burdens to carry.
Yeah.
Being masculine presenting and being 5 foot girl,
That's a lot.
I'm carrying the mountain.
Yes.
You know
Yes,
what I'm
you
saying?
are. Your shoulder should be hurting for real. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like, you could have gave me a few more inches, and I could have been.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Let me. It could have been
But you're
5 pounds.
small but big. You pack a punch.
The
Period. Okay, we
personality.
know that.
It's
Yes. Size doesn't matter. So because it seemed like even I'm not sure about that. I'm pretty sure, especially from the community, you're getting messages just like Raven is from the deaf community. And of course black women, and like myself, who's also an aggressive black woman. I'm not, look, it is what it is. I'm proud of
yes,
that. I wear that badge of honor. I don't really care what nobody think about it, and I feel like you're the same way. So, but
absolutely.
at the end of the day, it's a lot of us you're carrying, and black women, strong, all of
Yes.
that. Does it get to be a lot? 'Cause I'm pretty sure it's still the beginning stages. It's not going to stop. You're just getting started. When the final
See,
ends, you really gonna get the DMs and stuff.
I will say this. I think that because as black women, we're always so used to taking on a lot. I think it's just another thing that I'm like, you know what? Let's take
Say
it
it
then.
again.
But I do
Say
agree
it
with you.
again.
I'm loud. I'm black. I'm proud. If you want to say I'm aggressive, you can throw that on there. But you know what I mean. Don't paint this picture of an angry black woman. I'm passionate, and I'm passionate about my love
Yes,
for black people. I'm passionate about women, and that's what it is. It all stems from passion. It's not aggression. It's not angry. It's not
I
anger.
love it.
It's passion and it's love. And I'm
I
always
love it.
stand by black women. I'm always stand by black people.
Hmm. I love how
Always.
you said passion instead of aggression because I've been called that my entire life. And I cannot say, well, I still people I can't stand that word, but people say take your power back and use the word. I utilize it if it's necessary, but the reason why I don't like that word because that's what they use is a description for us. Oh, she's an
Yes.
angry black woman. Oh, she's aggressive,
Yes.
bro. If a
Yes.
man was doing it, you wouldn't say that. If a
You would,
man was getting upset, they would not. I've seen it too many times.
Felicia. I say that every time. When I say something, somebody will be like, "Oh my gosh, that was so aggressive." I'm like, it's
Hmm.
because if this man was who was said standing right next to me, if he said this, I guarantee you wouldn't be saying anything right now. So I completely agree with you.
It's
Completely agree.
trash. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, it's trash. I mean,
But we got to me, I feel like we have to keep on just being ourselves. We have to keep on being passionate. We have to keep on being loud. We have to keep on just speaking the way we want to speak. They'll comply.
they
They'll
will.
fall in line. You know
I'm
what
not gonna stop, and you should not either. And I don't think you will by your
I'm saying? You know I won't.
personality. So I want to ask you what you do, big brother, because you would do very well. Because baby, when you get upset with Jen, like what the I was rolling. I was like, I'm right there with you. That is some bullshit. I mean, I was like just all on the camera because I was so irritated. But uh, would you do Big Brother? Because baby, I think that your social game would be everything on there, which pretty much what Big Brother is. It's a social experiment, but it's different because you're in each other's face. I think
Yes.
you would run that like a G. Have you ever thought
So
about applying?
I haven't watched Big Brother, and I think I saw Raven posting on Twitter that she was starting it, and so I think I might text her and say, you know what, I'm going to start it with you because my dad keeps asking me if I would do it, and I'm like, I don't know if I would do. I
Oh
think
my
how long
god,
did they stay
please
in the
do
house for
it.
90 days? Is it?
Some yeah, it's some yeah, 90 days,
Oh my
and the money is the
God.
coin for every time. How long you be in there? The coin
What's the
is
money? What's the price on that one?
I it raises every year, but the coin of Big Brother I'm just saying this, and I don't care who I know it's a lot of money.
Okay.
So I want to see us more on Big Brother. Has been an issue, and I'm very
Mhm.
vocal about it. Big Brother, CBS, they all know
Yeah.
that because I interviewed Taylor when she won this year, and one of the biggest things I loved about what she did, she wanted to interview with black podcasters because when you come
Yes.
out those type of situations, they choose who you interview with, and she was like,
Right.
I'm interviewing with black podcasters first, and she did. So I will
Good.
all respect her for that. And so
Yes.
when she got through, she did because of cookout. When you watch if you watched anything, watch the last two seasons. Before
Okay.
that, it's I wouldn't
No. Okay.
even
Okay.
watch the last two, and you're good.
Okay.
And I would love for you to continue that on. You and Raven, I asked her the same question. I would love for you ladies to go on there and continue that on. That would be everything. I
Yeah.
wish you were. They're still applying for it. I need to
Yeah,
check that
my
out.
my dad is literally he keeps on out. He's like, you have to do it. You have to do Big Brother, and I'm like, I think that I will look to see, what else is out there. But yeah, I mean, I need to look at the show and definitely see if it's something that I was like, I think I could win.
I think you win. It's a
Okay,
social game. It's you got
okay,
to be a little schemy, a little whatever. But I don't know why I feel like you'd be really good at that. They wouldn't see you coming. They wouldn't. The way you came in here and you fooled everybody. That's how I know you would kill in this
okay,
game. They would know.
yeah,
You would
okay.
know. And just watch the last two seasons and form your opinion about how you want to do it. And then, please let me know because that's where I'll be. Look,
You know
you
I
see,
will.
you see the clip? She went on Big Brother. I would lose it. I want to see more of us in the house. I swear.
Yes, yeah. You
So,
already know. I'm gonna tell you first.
Besides Big Brother, would there be any other reality show that you would do? I know Traders is something that people say is similar to Circle Big Brother. Or
Mhm.
would it be would you could do a physical one like the challenge,
You
or
know
maybe a
what?
romance one, or
I don't think I would ever do a romance.
okay,
I don't think I would ever do a romance. I don't think I would do that. But
okay,
something that's more challenging, yes. I definitely think I would do that. I know I saw that Netflix was coming out with like Squid Games. I'm interested to see
mm-hmm.
what that's going to look like because I definitely was interested in that. I'm curious how like Netflix works as far as like reaching out about other shows on there. I don't know how that works, but I would love to continue to
Mm,
do other things with them, like the Floor is Lava, any type of reality games that they
right,
have.
that's
Outside of
smart.
Netflix, I'm not really a big reality TV head, so I think I need to get more into reality TV and see like what else do I think that I would fit on and go from there. Because I
I
don't think I
think you
would do
would fit a
anything
lot of
lovey.
places.
Yeah,
No. I think you'd be good in a
we might
lot
have
of
to switch
places.
lists. We might have to switch lists after this because
Okay, no, I'm just saying there's a lot of reality TV that I think that you'd be great on. I do. I think the romance thing I get it because I'd be like, but I think you'd be good on reality TV. You pop. You came on
yeah.
there so quick, like towards like after the OGs got there, baby. Hold on real quick. Let's talk about the 5-part harmony that was horrible, and I call it 5-part harmony that was they sang sharp. It was a mess. The
Oh,
rebellion,
shoot.
aka rebellion.
Oh, girl, let's talk about it. Because let's talk about
So,
it.
so for you, you represented yourself 100%. I was right there with you.
Yeah.
You caught it immediately, like this ain't right. So
No.
in your spirit, you immediately
Yes.
knew it. Just the way
Yes.
you reacted. I was like, girl, this is a
I
mess.
knew. I knew it was. And do not get me wrong. Shoebomb's thought process is spot on because I did say too, if you don't start, you typically don't win. Outside of season 3, I think the one
Right.
person who didn't win, right?
Mhm.
But the OGs, right, the people who come in first, they really
Yes.
do stand together. So I see where
Hmm.
he was coming with that. But because I had already built an alliance with
Yep.
Sam, or I felt like I had that connection with Sam. To me, it felt treacherous, and I was like, I didn't want to be a traitor. I didn't want to be conniving. I didn't want to be scheming. At the end of the day, yes, I played a catfish, but I always wanted to stick to who I truly am, which is somebody who's not
Mm.
messy, somebody who's not running behind people's backs, And that's what I really stuck with, and I'm glad I did because
It
look,
worked
Sasha
out in your
got
favor.
kicked out. So
You have a high moral compass, and even though you come in as a catfish, you didn't want to compromise your integrity. You that just
absolutely not.
I loved it because I said that shows how real she is. I said, 'cause she could have easily went over there. She could have,
Easily,
and it was tempting. Like you said, maybe if he had messed up as bad as he had, it's a
yes,
possibility. And the fact
yes.
that you had already formed some friendships or collab with the OGs, I think you were very smart in the move that you made, especially at the person that got voted out. Look at how everything came out to be. The way
Right.
you move, I'm just saying, I was like, whoop,
Agreed.
she dodged that bullet because look what
Right.
happened. I mean, people was like, I was like, even like, oh snap, but see, I said, oh, but see, the people you chose. Let's talk
Yes.
about the snake that is Jen.
I
Okay.
mean, because Jen was gunning for me, and I don't even know why.
I don't either. I went back and watched her. I went back and watched, kind of went through an episode to
Yeah.
see what triggered that. And I was like, maybe I missed something. Because sometimes I watch many shows and I'm doing these notes. And I went back and rewatching the episode. You did nothing. And I still don't get it. I'm looking forward to a reunion to see why did you come out.
Why did
She did nothing. I went back and looked at it. And I was like, wait, she didn't even say anything. I don't get it.
I think the
So,
only reason that
oh
they
God.
were gunning for me so hard was because when the revolution was proposed, right?
Hmm.
Jen was on board. I said, well, hey, who has connections with who before we just go ahead and all say, yeah, let's
Yep.
band together. And that's when it was like, oh, this would have been way better if Tamira wasn't there. So let's try to get Tamira out. And I don't know if they wanted to kind of form that alliance and then still kick out the OGs. But I think that's where it started to stem. It was like, Tamira's not on board. So let's just try to get her out and maybe continue with this plan. I don't know what their thoughts were after that, but I do believe that's where it started.
Well, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna be transparent with you. Some things online in Black Twitter were statements of, "Well, why do all of them have the power? We know who them is. Whoever gets offended in my chat, you guys will be okay. Um, we know who them is, and
Yes.
why are they, which is us, they're trying to come after. Let's be clear. When you came in. Boom. You were smart, doing what you got to do.
Yeah.
Raven, boom. Look at Chaz. There's a theme here. There's a theme. I'm not saying it's what it is. I try to be, open, not to just
Right.
automatically. But that
Right.
is a swell. I'm just gonna be honest with you on Black Twitter. They were
Yeah.
saying they're trying to take out. Okay.
I
I'm
see
being as
it.
careful as I can. Be as
Yeah,
careful as I can.
I got you. And I have been seeing that. And I will say, the one thing that I will say that I will deny is people
Okay.
saying that Brett and Xanthi are racist. That is absolutely not true. I do not believe that they are racist people.
I don't believe
I
it.
truly don't believe they're
I don't.
racist.
Hmm.
I think at the end of the day, everybody has to always remember this is a game, this is a TV
Yep.
show.
Competition. Hmm.
But, and everybody's fighting to win, right? But
Yes.
in truth, I text Xanthi. People ask me if I hang out with Brett because we're both in Vegas, and I don't hang out with Brett. I just don't think our friend group would align or are the same.
Right.
But I've met
Gotta be
Brett. I've spoken to
organic.
Brett. Yeah, I've met Brett.
It
I've
has to
spoken
be
to Brett.
organic. It has to be real and organic. I love it to be real.
Oh,
It has to be
absolutely.
organic.
Because I won't just fake hang out with people. That's not
Period. I'm the same way.
girl. Stop.
I'm not gonna do
Um,
that myself.
hello. So it's a waste of energy. But
Hmm.
I do not believe that they are racist people. I enjoy Xanthi. Xanthi is a beautiful personality. She's a beautiful person. And Brett is a really cool guy. So I do not think that they are racist at all.
So why do you think they see it that way? Because well, I'll say why they see it that way because I think when Xanthi started going after Raven and Chaz, and I kind of look at it, I try to step back. I'm watching it as a fan, as a blogger, as a big person who loves competition shows.
Right.
Those two were winning. Regardless if it was Xanthi or anybody else, if I'm trying to win, I'm going to bring down the ones who are more popular, and it just happens to be those two. This is what I stated. I mean, I don't
Yes.
know behind the scenes stuff, just from what I see and looking at it, they're winning. So yeah, they're going to go after them. I know
Right.
they have to be of color, and I get that. I mean,
Right.
I'll support us, but they're
Right.
winning. So
Yeah.
what do you want them to do? They're going to go after the winners. I mean, I'm just
That's the
being
game. The
honest
game.
about
That's
it.
the game. So there, to me, I feel like that is why I feel like the Black Twitter is kind of structuring it that way.
Mhm.
But in reality, that's the truth. The game is to get the winner. Is to get somebody who is to be the most popular. And if somebody else is more popular than you are, I'm going to try to take out the most popular person too, so that I can then move up in popularity. So yeah, I think it ends up being more of just them playing the game and trying to get out the popular people until it came to me. When it came
That's
to me, like
that's
that's
the
what
biggest. Okay, that's the other question they were saying because, well, I said, well, her picture's not a person of. Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying. Not we are
Mhm.
all of a color, but you know what I'm saying. Color. So I was like, I really can't say that. And Azanti, I don't know where she. I don't know, but I was like, I just can't see that in that scenario. I just thought it was
Right.
odd because you didn't do anything to her. That's what
Yeah.
I thought it was weird for. Like nothing happened between the two, and there was no kind of bad negative energy.
Mhm.
So that's the confusion part for me. I didn't think it was racist. I just thought it was weird and out of
Yeah.
nowhere because you didn't do anything.
Watching the show as a viewer and not a player, the only thing that I got from them coming after me, because I didn't have that many alliances for them to try to bring me down. Um,
True.
you know what I mean? I came in very late. So I came in late, so I had to kind of work my way around.
Mhm.
But I really feel like it stemmed from that newbie revolution chat. I think that once I was like not on board and I was showing
Yeah,
openly that I wasn't on board, they were like, "Oh, let's get her out." Because what if I were to run behind and tell on them? Jen was
that
really
makes more
close to
sense actually.
Sam. Yeah. So I
That
mean, it
makes
was
more sense.
smart to try to get me out in case I was going to say anything.
Mhm.
But that would be the only reason why I felt like they were going after me at that point.
Did you think that you should have second guessed or any of the moves you made, especially when that happened? Because you was doing really good into that roadblock with Jen, with that
Yeah.
whole conversation you just mentioned, and then the after effects. Did you
Yeah.
look back and say maybe I should have moved differently?
Yes. So I actually, one thing I did say was if I could go back and change, I would have told on Jen. I would have then, once we
Mm.
leave that chat, I would have then said, you know what? Let me go ahead and strengthen my alliance with Raven, Sam, and Chaz. And then I would have talked to them openly and said, hey, you know what? This is what's going on. This is who's involved and this is who's on board. That could have then strengthened my position in being, with the OGs.
Right.
I could have then linked it, you know what I mean? I could have then gotten an alliance with them. But instead, I'm not a person who has, in real life, I'm not a person who has anybody's name and anybody's in my mouth. And so it just, at the time, I think it just felt uncomfortable running off and talking about somebody else. And I know $100,000 was on the line, but at the end of the day, that it just still at the time didn't seem like the right thing to do.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I was like, I wish you would have went back and told the crew what was actually
Mm-hmm.
happening.
I
I
do
kept
too.
saying, girl, please
Because
chat, private chat, Chaz, Raven, let's go. I was just like, but I
yeah,
understand I understand where you're coming from with that. You like, again, your integrity, you just didn't want to move like that. I mean, I
yeah,
get it. I mean, but other
yeah.
than that, that's your only regret you have as far as the moves you made in the house.
Absolutely. If I would have done that, Ray, man, we would have all been cool. Ray would have been twerking on me. Sam would have let me
Period.
motorboat her. Chaz
You
would have given me
know,
some fashion advice. We would have all been a group. It would have been a group. It would have been a group. We would have been band together. Maybe even we would have brought
oh
Oliver
Jesus.
along. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it would have been a whole.
Yes.
It would have just been. It would have been chocolate.
It would be
So
girl. It was
yeah.
popping. Okay. I
Okay.
love it. I
Okay.
love it. Well, the thing about it, they're loving the melanin popping. They love the little hashtag. They are
Yes.
loving you guys, period. And I'm talking about everybody, not just us.
Yes.
This season with Oliver coming in, and the thing about it for me, Oliver, that's what I do. He's with T.S. Madison. He is
Yes.
a blogger. So for us, we're honored to see him up there. It's everything. So
Yes.
how is it getting to know? Well, I don't want you to try to tell me. I'm trying to think how to say this.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. How is it get some people in the house you can't see? Remember, I'll say it like that. You can't
Getting
actually
to
see
know.
them, getting to know them in the house with us watching, not knowing if it's a catfish or not. How
Mhm.
is that process? Just period. It's like
So as a
love is
catfish,
blind.
yeah, I totally get that. So as a catfish, I honestly wouldn't have cared if I was talking to another catfish, right? Because I'm not me. So it doesn't matter if I'm talking
Okay.
to somebody who's not me. To
Mhm.
me, I feel like I don't know why anybody cares about that.
Mm,
I don't know why the game turned into being your authentic self. The game is to be popular and to win popularity, no matter who you are.
this is true. This
So
is very true.
I wouldn't have cared who I was talking to. But the conversation that I had with Oliver about just being black and being in a religious family, that was so real. And the fact that he was able to connect with me when you are in that house by yourself, you haven't talked to
Mhm.
anybody for a while, and this is the only interaction that you get. That actually was really touching. Even rewatching it, I was like, "Oh my god, that actually really meant something to me."
It was deep.
And Yeah, and since the show, me and Oliver actually have linked up a few times. He's come over to my house. I've smoked him out. We
Oh
go to Georgia.
wow.
We partied. Yeah, so I mean, me and him, we actually have a really good connection outside of the show now. After that, and I'm really grateful for that.
I love that because yeah, that whole scene for me, I was like, that was everything. I love
Yes.
the way you got connected and just I was tearing up. I was like, oh my God, I love this scene. So yeah, that's awesome to actually even hear that you guys hang out outside of it. So you guys are created like it's a sorority, you're part of the circle cast now.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cute how you said that you guys some of you all hang out. I don't think everybody to hang out, but there is that even when you defended Brett and everything, I love that because it's like you guys are part of this bond now where it's like, hey, I can talk about them, but y'all can't say nothing.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's like family, right? Hey, I'm gonna talk
Yes,
about my family, but as soon as you do it, hey, I'm gonna
it's a
talk about you.
problem.
It's a
Look,
problem.
look, look, earrings coming off. What's good?
Don't make me, because I will. It's enough now. I'll tie it back, girl. I'll tie it
look, look, I ain't got no hair, but baby, the lash will come off, the
back.
earrings. Look, what's good? I'm from
Is the
Louisiana, baby. We
Vaseline
don't play down
popping?
there.
Okay,
We
exactly.
don't play it all down there. I live in
Ex-
Texas, but I'm still from the South, and I'm from the South.
Okay.
So, baby girl, you have been a pleasure. My eyes are watering. I've been laughing so much. My lash about to come on my face. I mean, I when I walk, my eyes water me. I've been laughing a lot, and I have really enjoyed myself with you. You are
Thank
everything.
you.
I look forward to seeing you on other reality TV. I will support everything you do. Anybody who comes to my channel, I support them even after the fact. So if I see
Yes.
you doing something new, I'm gonna be posting it. Go see what you're doing. Period. Go check out my sis. She got you going on. Da, da,
Yes.
da, da. That's just how I rock. I just love your energy. It's so
Thank you.
infectious.
Thank
So I
you.
appreciate you coming on my little channel. And
No, you're a big channel, girl. Because if I'm on another show, you know where I'm coming first. To this
period. You better
big
look.
channel,
I'm always saying little channel because it's sarcastic because I know it's not little. So I just
girl.
be sarcastic because I just
I
want to make
love.
fun of people. That's all that it is. I shouldn't be doing that, but it is what it is. But I love being a black woman that interviews people on reality TV. I'm the reality TV queen, period. And that's
Yeah.
what my crown is not moved.
Yes.
So with that being said, thank you again for coming on my channel, ma'am.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
you
for
hope
having
back
me.
again, something else going on. Hopefully see me brother, whatever you're doing, you're gonna be great at it.
Thank
100%.
you so much. I appreciate you.
I will have all the links, anything she wants to promote, whether it be a charity or anything that's coming up. I will have it in the description. And y'all know I'm a Southern queen, so I'm going to have to close the door. Until next time, bye.